Good afternoon, seasonal adventurers. Apologies, I know this is backlit. I've got the natural light behind me. It's just my apartment is still a bit of a work in progress in terms of where I'm putting things. This is just a quick video before I go to the post office. Luckily, across the road from me at Westfield Doncaster has a Australia Post branch. I need to return this. So a few days ago, I did a video on this that I bought this system. Technically a 4-in-1 system if you include the radio. So it has a record player, a radio, a dual cassette deck, and a 3 CD tray system. I know anyone else would have tried all the systems immediately, but it was late at night, and I mean, it was already evening by the time, I obviously got it up to my apartment, and then assembling it, I didn't do it maybe that evening, maybe I did it the next night. Anyway, I tried the CD player this morning, and it's very clunky. It was giving me door errors, as in the tray door wouldn't close initially, and then even when it did, it was trying to read the CDs in there, and I obviously put them the right way up. There's no other, well, of course, if you tried to put it upside down, it's not going to read it. There's only one way to put the CDs in, and it only read one CD, not the other two. So when I tried pressing CD2 or CD3, it just kept whirring, trying to read what was in there and not picking it up. So yeah, so I knew that it was from Amazon Australia, amazon.com.au, the item from a third-party seller, and in my mind I thought, well, let's do the thing of writing an email and sending it to the seller and seeing what the seller says about it. But I thought, let's just try to skip the middle person and contact Amazon directly. Those that are Amazon customers know they have a callback system, which is immediate, which is great. So I requested that. I put in my mobile number and someone called me back straight away. And I've talked to that person and they said they'll happily refund the item in full if I return it, obviously. I did tell them, unfortunately, I've thrown away the packaging, so I'll need to buy a new packaging from Australia Post. And I said, trying to be fair, that it's likely Amazon won't be able to reimburse me, will they, for the shipping costs for the box? That should have polystyrene or at least bubble wrap, otherwise it's going to come back to them in pieces. She said they could refund me up to $30 for the box cost, and obviously they asked me to take a photo of the receipt of the cost of the box to buy to buy a box to put this in. So I'll see how we go. They've already sent me a QR code, so I didn't need to print a return label, and I'm instructed to have Australia Post scan that QR code so they can see that it's a return item, and I assume Amazon will get an acknowledgement of that. So yeah, so unfortunately, there you go. I did play a record player, I did use the record player today. That worked. The only thing I haven't tried is the dual cassette deck, but it's no point trying that anyway because I'm returning the item. Yeah, so there you go. So I'm back to square one after this, and not having a record player again. I know I could just get a record player since that's all I need. I mean, I have an old system that has a cassette player, a radio, and a CD player, just a 1 CD player, not a 3 CD tray. That would tick the boxes for those purposes, and all I would need to do is just only buy a record player with speakers. Maybe that's the best way to go. With less components, there's less chances of things going wrong. If I just buy a record player and all it can do is play records, that's what it should do. Anyway, first things first, let's unplug this item, put it on my little flatbed trolley and load it into the car. Although I'm just across the road, I'm not going to risk rolling it across the road and having it fall off the flatbed trolley. I'll load it into the car and then roll it obviously into the Australia Post branch from there, and then we'll see what happens. So yeah, just a tip, probably stating something obvious, but please try your product when you, sorry I don't mean to be laughing, please try your product fully, especially if it's an electronic product. If it's a phone or a laptop or an entertainment system, please try all the functions as soon as possible, which I did. I didn't leave it for months on end and then think, oh, it's not working. I've tried all variations. I've tried ringing the customer service number that was in the instruction booklet, and it just went to a message bank and said, please leave us a message or send us an email or check our website. There's no troubleshooting page in the instruction booklet. I know I'm notorious for not following instructions, but I read it page to page and there's no troubleshooting tips. So I followed the instructions on how to play a CD or 2 or 3 CDs, and like I said, it plays one CD but not the other two. It just keeps whirring and whirring, trying to pick up that there is 3 CDs in there, but it's only playing one. So, and you can jump. The instructions say you can choose CD2 or CD3 in the tray, but it's not picking up the other 2 CDs. So I've tried all variations. I've tried turning it off and on, as you would do with a computer, but that hasn't fixed it. So, I mean, the tray can close and open now. I don't know what was jamming it or what was causing the door jam, but it's not playing the CDs as it should. So, oh well. I mean, one advantage is by buying something from Amazon. They are a huge company, as you know, originating from America, and they are quite cooperative when it comes to defective items like this. So they're able to help, even though it was through a third party. Amazon is not the seller of this item. So anyway, let's get moving. I'll stop waffling. I think I will just buy a record player on its own. There's those that live in Australia know the outlet called JB Hi-Fi, which is a franchised music store. And I think I'm just settling on buying just a record player with speakers and not bothering with the CD, cassette or radio component, because I've got an old system that ticks those boxes. So let's just focus in on what I need, which is a record player. All right, lucky it's my day off today, so I've got some work to do now. Goodbye Lenoxx system, and bye for now, Seasonal Adventurers. I'll make another video once I choose the new vinyl record player. To be continued. Bye for now.